Hi, everybody. Well, I never thought I would have to make a video like this, but life comes at you fast, I guess. So some of you may have heard things that I may have done, things that I may have said, things that weren't great. And this is the kind of thing that I take really, really seriously. So I am just going to address it straight on. Are these things true? Yeah. Yep. Now what? Are you gonna cancel me? Well, I'm gonna make a mean tweet about you, and then, if anybody ever brings you up in the dining hall, then I'm gonna make sure they know that you're a bad person. And then I'm gonna forget and I'm gonna do something else. Sound familiar? How many times do we have to do this? How many times do you have to watch these videos before you realize they're full of shit? How many times do you have to invent a person in your own head who is everything that you desperately need to tell yourself you're not, just so you can sleep at night? People that you don't know at all. People that you saw one post about. People that you saw one post about something that was about one post about them. You construct a whole fantasy. You're like J.R.R. Tolkien. And in this fantasy world, you're perfect. You're the hero. You're the main character. And the only thing that's wrong in this world is me, right? And the other guy, and the other guy, and him and her, and them, and this social problem, and that politician. I know everything. That's what I need to convince myself in order to be able to get through the day. But the second that anybody presses me at all, immediately, oh, well, what do I know, right? I don't have all the information, I don't know. You fold instantly because you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about. You have no clue. You just make up crap in your own head. But you know what? At the end of this crap, there's a real person. There's me. And I don't give a shit about you. I'm not going to sit here and cry and beg you to forgive me and say, well, this stuff is taken out of context. I don't know. It all happened exactly the way that they said it did. Actually, it was worse. It was worse. And I'm glad I did it. Because believe it or not, everybody is a bad person. And everybody's a good person. The world is both things at the same time. Two things can be true at once. That's the sound of your brain breaking in half because you've never, ever, ever entertained that as a concept once. Because if you did, then you would have to accept that you're a bad person. What about that one thing that you did that one time? Remember that? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that happened. Oh, that wasn't good, was it? That was not good. But don't worry. Nobody's ever going to bring it up. Because you don't matter enough for anybody to care. Thank God, right? But at the same time, that bothers you, doesn't it? Grr. This guy with 200,000 almost YouTube subscribers. This guy with 300,000 Twitter subscribers. This guy with almost 400,000 Instagram followers. This guy who had 2 million TikTok followers before he got banned for something that he didn't do, just showed me that I am the reason for my own failure. Just showed me, because I was miserable like you too once. I was a nobody who nobody gave a shit about. And I hated it. I hated myself. So yeah, I quote tweeted people and I responded to people and I replied to people and I said, you're an idiot. You're stupid. I know more than you, because I had to. I had to. Otherwise, I was not going to make it. It would all have been too much for me. And then I woke up one morning and I said, you know what? I'm not going to do this anymore. My life cannot end at mediocrity. Some people don't get that far. Some people never have that realization because they are so afraid of being hurt. They are so afraid of seeming cringe or seeming like they're trying too hard that they would never, ever let anyone in past this surface level. And I used to think that was because they just didn't want to express themselves. But then I realized, actually, it's because there's nothing in there at all. You fail because you're supposed to. Because that's your destiny. Nothing. Your destiny is making money for somebody else, doing a job that doesn't have to exist, and then you shoot a load into somebody, or you get a load shot into you, and you make another disgusting failure. And the cycle repeats over and over and over again. But let me tell you something. The buck stops here. That's not going to be me. You are not going to get rid of me this easily. I am not going to become an effigy that you burn, the sacrificial lamb of your mediocrity is not going to be me. Find some other jackass. Because I've got big, big, big plans, and I'm not going anywhere. So you better get used to it. You better get used to seeing my face everywhere, because it's not going anywhere. And if you don't like it, then you have one option. But I can't tell you what that is. Because I like money. Maybe that's all I like. I don't know. What difference does it make anyway? You don't know me, and you never will. So in conclusion, Dan Henschel is a bad person. Put it in the New York Times. For all I give a shit. That's even better for me. That's more clicks for me. Get mad. Fill yourself with rage. Press that post button. Because that's all I care about. Keep yapping your little head off. Whatever you do, any amount of attention that you give me is good, and I can use it because I'm smart. You're not. The end. Roll credits. I'm the hero of this story. And there's going to be reboot after reboot stuffed up your ass. The end.